Joshua Savoy has 3 goals and an assist so far. Matthias Chalupka has 2 goals and 2 assists as Team BC will run it back in. Team BC began yesterday with a 10-0 win over Sask 2, but ended the night with a 4-2 loss to Alberta 1. Taylor Mackey has 2 goals and 2 assists to lead the team. Only 5 players in the entire tournament, at least this group, have 5 points or more after 2 games. As Team BC just trying to keep things going here, we've got a whistle. And it looks like there might be a penalty coming up here. If so, it would come at 1:02. Looks like a cross check. And looks like somebody for the Knights is coming to the penalty box. So BC will get the first man advantage of the hockey game. Again, each team here is 1-1 in Pool A of the U17 boys bracket. Team Manitoba is 2-0. Alberta 1 is also 1-1. Sask 2 is now 0-2. I'm not quite sure why there's a delay here. Penalty came at 1:02, so BC getting ready for what they hope is an important power play that leads to the game's first goal. Connor Cabin taking the draw for BC is trying to keep it alive is Declan Barker. Ball goes back to the corner instead as Cabin able to swing it back. Cabin controls at the top of the key. Because of the flow of the game, it feels like basketball when the point guard has the ball just inside the front court. Cabin is thinking about unloading, decides to defer now to the point. Blake with a shot, save made, rebound in front, score! Well, that didn't take long. 1:36 in, 1-0 BC. Sometimes the best pass is a shot. Goalie made a good save, but when you've got one less stick for your team in there, getting that defensive rebound away and clearing it out is going to be a little bit tougher. So BC grabs the early lead. The winner of this game will find itself in a much stronger position down the stretch when pool play concludes tomorrow. We know it concludes tomorrow because if you look at the matchups for Friday, well, there are lots of holes in there right now. They're saying 1 plays here, 2 plays there. That's how you know things are getting late. Ethan Blake has been told to go away from the referee. Don't know why. As a faceoff is controlled by Anthony Camacho for the Knights. So BC's in front 1-0. Early goal. Let's see if that changes the energy here. Sometimes when you give up a goal, it flushes your good energy. And if you score the first goal, sometimes you end up being a little bit too amped. As they run it back the other way, they score again! Well, whatever BC ate before the game, I hope it was delicious. Sign me up for it. They've got 2 goals inside of 2 minutes. Opportunity knocks, but it doesn't beg. BC has had 2 chances, and they buried them both. If you're Withrow Park, you got to take a deep breath and dust yourself off, but you definitely need the next one. I wonder if Declan Barker and Blake Strain had any conversations there on the near side before the faceoff. As we swept back into the BC zone, as Team BC now looking to get it up the boards. And they're storming again. Save is made. Ball goes to the far side corner. And right now, the Knights just trying to get through the first couple of minutes of this game. You see at the top there, the big clock. That's the time remaining. The clock to its left, that's local time in Saskatoon. Yep, some of these places around town have been going since 9 o'clock this morning. As BC dub it back in. Can they regain control? The Knights just try to look for a way out here, but everybody's in good position. Cavan with a good back check. Pushed it back in. But the Knights able to reroute and get it back to midcourt, but instead it'll be brought back in again. This one's thrown on net. Save is made. It'll be covered as Alan Isevich was just entertaining a shot there from long range. Because of the way the game flows, because it's not like the game on the ice, a shot from what would be considered center ice or midcourt here is not a bad idea. Just get it on net and see where the ball bounces. Shots are 4-0 so far for BC. 2 of them have gone in. If you're on the court where the rim is 10 feet above the ground, you'll take 50% for the field almost every day of the week. Out comes free as Withrow Park will try to advance further. But some good back checking by BC. They're paying great attention to detail right now. Shifting to the slot, though. As not to get the shot was the aforementioned Matthias Chalupka, and we've got a whistle now as the clock stops. Still in the early going of this one, but BC in front 2-0. And right now they've been running quite well. The Canada Ball Hockey Association is a non-profit organization that covers the sport of ball hockey in Canada. More information, please visit its website, canadaballhockey.ca. Back behind it goes. A couple of road runners competing right now. Far side half wall it goes. Is BC able to clear it down? No whistle, so they keep playing. Good approach to the green there is BC. Trying to forecheck, put the clamps on the Withrow Park breakout. And midcourt far side, it's played back. And now BC trying to toss it back in, but it goes out of play into the benches. No, pardon me, I thought it had gone out. Play continues as BC will bring it back. Now we have a whistle with 10:49 left here in the first period. BC off to a great start, leading 2-0. Team BC, a byproduct of the British Columbia Ball Hockey Association. To learn more about this provincial governing body, please visit its website, bcbha.com. Again, bcbha.com. As Team BC has looked very, very strong from the outset. Have been very purposeful to every touch of the ball. But the Knights just looking to see if they can weave through the neutral zone. And they'll cut it back now. Here comes Savoy. We've talked about him already. He's got work to do. Eyes turning to him. Thrown through the goal mouth. Goes to the near side half wall. Thrown into the slot. Shot. Save made. Rebound. They jam. No signal. And the ball gets kicked back out. And now they say it's underneath somewhere. Yep, the goalie found it. For a second, I think Withrow Park thought they might have had something to get them closer again. But some great goaltending, which we know that the flow of the sport leads to more offense, but you still need a guy in there who can make some good saves, and it looks like they're going to be facing it off outside the line. So Withrow Park does flex back, but does not score. BC still in front 2-0. Knocked out of the neutral zone as BC try to turn things back around. But this one is intercepted. It's Withrow Park trying to go forward. But right now, some ping pong as BC looking to take advantage of another opportunity here. Shots for the game are 5-1 BC. They're in front 2-0. Brought back right circle. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Loose in front. Save again. And there's no further play. It has been very busy in front of that net already. As BC continues to be quick and decisive when they have the puck in the offensive zone. The ball, pardon me. Withrow Park Ball Hockey is in Toronto. It's the largest ball hockey association in the area, fielding recreational competitive teams for men, women, and children of all ages. For more information on the league, please visit its website, withrowballhockey.net. Again, withrowballhockey.net. Back to midcourt. Ethan Blake found it. Looks to dump it back in. He will. As right now, Team BC just trying to retrieve. The Knights looking to break out, but having some trouble because BC is changing the shape of its forecheck, almost like a trap. But now it's broken. Yeah, it's given up and now turned around quickly. BC will bring it back in. Thrown towards the goal, save is made, and there's no rebound. 8:51 left in the first period. Shots are 8-1 in favor of Team BC. They've got themselves a 2-0 lead. So try to recap what's gone on in the U17 boys division today. Again, we talked about Withrow Park defeating Alberta 1 6-2. Manitoba beat up on Sask 2 9-3 as that shot goes wide. Sport alert, you can have ties in this tournament in the group stage. New Tech and Etobicoke played to a 2-2 tie earlier today. So that's going to make things strange to the other pool, Pool B. And also Team Alberta 2 defeating the NL Select 7-4. So a lot going on in the second day of the tournament. Again, they truly play for keeps starting on Friday, and the championships are on Saturday. And now we have a whistle. Looks like it's coming back into the night zone. Approaching midway point of this first period. Still 2-0 in favor of Team BC. So live look at the table in Pool A. Manitoba 2-0 for 4 points. Withrow Park, BC, and Alberta 1 each have 2 points. They're 1-1. SAS 2, they're 0-2. The bank is empty right now. In Pool B, because of the tie, the standings look a little bit funny. The New Tech Extreme and the Etobicoke Whalers are 1-0-1. They're 3 points. They're still doing it the old-fashioned way. Yes, in the college game of the States, it's 3 points for a regulation win. As the discussion continues, New Tech and Etobicoke in Pool B each have 3 points. The NL Selects and Team Alberta 2 are each 1-1, so they've got 2 points. And Team SAS 1 is 0-2. They've got nothing. So after all that jazz, the officials decide to face it off at midcourt. You know how you see it in the NHL when the linesmen and referees are not at the same page and they blow an icing call, they face it off at center? Yep, same thing here. I can't hear what the referee is saying. It appears to be a massive mea culpa, saying my bad, and now we're back underway again. All lost to the line as BC just trying to keep the hammer down. They've been aggressive. They paid great attention to detail so far, but it's when it's cleared down the far side as the Knights just looking for a great opportunity. They had one just a short time ago, but it didn't go in. That's the way the ball bounces. Play back behind the net, just to the left of the net. Some good end wall work, 4-man scrum. Shifted back far side corner, now half wall. Thrown through the goal mouth, and that just goes off a stick or a foot in front. Jam towards the goal again, never got there, and it's cleared down the far side to center. BC just trying to get quick on the wall, and they do here. Into the corner now. Back behind, trying to siphon it in front. Somebody open to the right circle, never got there. Whack a go for it in front. Sometimes that does work, and it just goes wide. 7 minutes left in the opening period. BC with a couple of quick strikes, leading 2-0. Have whistles. The ball was out of play. Just keep everybody updated on the order of play here on this court. The next game after this one will be a 17 boys game. Alberta 1 will take on Sask 2. And then after that, it'll be Team BC, the U15 boys, taking on the Sask 2 boys from U15. And the final game of the evening here on this court will be another U15 boys game between Manitoba and the New Tech Extreme. They've slated the start time. We get the schedule initially, 8:05 local time. This one is jammed towards the goal. Save is made. No signal given. The ball was in the net. It stays out somehow, and play is stopped. Put a circle around that one. 6:20 left here in the first period. And thanks some good goaltending, it's still just 2-0. So the recap on deck. Team Alberta, U17 boys, the Alberta 1 team, takes on Sask 2 next. And in the hole, we've got a U15 boys game between Team BC and Team Sask 2. And the final game of the evening, which they slated for an 8:05 local time start, but I don't think we're getting there. Unless things move very quickly, it'll be a U15 boys game between Team Manitoba and the New Tech Extreme. And there's one more big slate of games here in this building tomorrow. And then I see a lot of semi on my schedule. 1v4, 2v3. As this one's thrown from the left point, save is made. Rebound is carried out. It comes back to the guy that took the shot, Lucas Rochetta. Right now looks like he's playing free safety. That's the nature of the game here as the Knights come back. Shifted again now near side. As it's dumped in and out, everybody's changing for Team BC. The Knights look like they're in good position here as everybody's congregated in the near side corner. Out to the point extended, kept alive. Back it came again as right now it is Rochetta just trying to play high ally, low and extreme high. But the Knights get control of it and try to gong it out the far side. Now BC come back with it. 5 minutes left here in the first period. Thrown towards the goal. It's blocked away and out of play. The Knights look like they want to run, but BC has been in such good position. They've clogged all those passing lanes. That first pass out of the zone is a very difficult thing to do properly for Withrow Park at the moment. Sent back up the court quickly by the Knights, but nothing doing there. A slip and fall goes uncalled, and here comes BC again. Back it came. Same as they rebound. Backhand. No signal yet. Great save down on the rebound. As right now, goaltending is preventing this game from being a laugher. BC could probably be up 3 or 4-0. And don't forget about the save down at the other end, too. Meanwhile, we've got an arm in the air. Let's see what we've got here. No, we're not in Paris, so that's not an Olympic torch. What have we? There's an explanation, which it's always important for the officials to communicate with the guys that are playing. It looks like the penalty will be against BC. Not sure if there was a substitution violation or too many men, but I saw the official grab his shoulder. Either way, this is a massive opportunity for the Knights to get back into the game. If they're able to come out of this first period down just 2-1, that's going to feel like a win with how much territorial advantage and possession that BC has had in this game. Waiting at the point. Michael Modopoulos gets it back. Modopoulos still has it. Comes to the circle. Shot just goes wide. It's letting it rip was Jared Harding. Kick back to the far side half wall. It's the Knights still on the attack. Modopoulos looks for help again. Knight shot, save, mate, rebound. It goes wide. Harding with a good chance there in the dot. Got it back to Modopoulos. Modopoulos unloads and a save is made. Rebound, ball still loose. Shifted back in front and it's just out of play. Wait a second. Do we have another penalty here? Nope, just bringing the face off outside. Well, Withrow Park did everything but score in that sequence. Harding was definitely involved. Savoy will take the draw here. It's won back by Dudalek, but couldn't get it out, and so it'll be regathered by the Knights here. Savoy unloads, and that screams wide. Far side half wall, trying to keep it going is Tarling. Back into the far side half wall. Now at the left point again. Minute down, but to go on the power play. Shifted back to the near side corner. Support given by Savoy on the half wall. Back up top it came, thrown towards the goal. Was looking for a shot pass instead was Modopoulos. Trying to find somebody the right doorstep. Put back behind again. Approaching the left corner. Shifted back towards the left point, knocked down. Modopoulos looks back, left circle. Shifted into the slot, save is made. Rebound, score! Harding, I think, got it on the rebound. Withrow Park gets what the doctor ordered, prescription filled. It's 2-1. I hear coach is asked a lot, how many shots would you like to have on the power play? Years ago, somebody said, if I only get one shot on net the entire 2 minutes and it goes in, it's time well spent. Well, the Knights took more than one shot of that power play, but they ultimately got the right one. And again, sometimes the best pass is a shot. That's what happened in the end. We'll see if this changes the energy. We'll see if the Knights are able to loosen up and relax. As this one's thrown towards the goal, save is made. Rebound, knocked down, is trying to keep it going. Is Aspiotis. We have a whistle. And suddenly, the energy for this game has kicked up a notch. And those saves down at the other end now look gigantic. They will drop it near side outside the line. Now you got to move over a little bit. So do you guys. It's finally dropped and controlled by BC. Two and a half left in what's been an exciting first period. BC in front of Withrow Park 2-1. Dump back down. We'll see if BC can set up shop or if Withrow Park can find that outlet pass from the zone that they've had trouble making. Good forecheck in the far side quarters. BC keep it going. Near side half wall. Redirect it back out towards center. But BC will just try to wedge it back in, and now we've got a whistle. No. Yes, we do. As pointing to the neutral zone, pointing to center ice, or mid-court, pardon me, is Oliver Shaw saying it should be faced off out here. We didn't put it out. Is he right? Well, he's only part right. They're going to face it outside, but not at center. It'll just be outside the line. Brought back near side, intended for Blake Strain for the Knights. Instead, it'll be galloped back by BC. Thrown back to the far side corner. Shots are 12-5 in favor of BC. They lead 2-1. believe that they had 8 of the first 9 shots of this game, and that's how they built a 2-0 lead. And looks like this one's coming back all the way in front of the Withrow Park net. Hard to say who has momentum right now. Not sure either team does. BC has the lead, but the Knights have done a great job in weathering the storm. We got a couple of saves from their goalie. Sometimes that's all you need, a save here and a save there, and that stems the tide. Doesn't matter the level or variation of the sport. Far side half wall back in the BC zone. 6-man conga line. Pushing and shoving like a bunch of clowns trying to get inside a car in the center ring. Shifted back by BC as they try to come up quickly on an odd man rush. But instead, it's knocked away. And there might be an odd man rush now the other way for the Knights. But it fizzles out. It comes to center. We've reached the final of the play here in the first period. As BC looking to get that goal back. Cavan got it back to left circle. A shot goes wide. As Zachary Warnick let it fly from the top of the circle. BC will keep it going. Thrown back into the near side corner. 20 seconds left of the period. This one sent back down the other way, so they'll bring it back in front of the Knights net with 15.4 left here in what's been an entertaining first period. During my college days at Ithaca College in upstate New York, Canadian women's national coach Melanie Davison coached Cornell one year, and she told me hockey is hockey. I think we're seeing that with this tournament, the many variations of the sport. It's brought back to center, dumped down now into the BC zone, and time will run out here in the first period. Team BC thought they were going to run away with it, but the Withrow Park Knights said not so fast. BC in front of Withrow Park, 2-1 in this U17 boys game. This is the Canada Ball Hockey Junior Nationals on Home Team Live. So now we've settled in. Let's see what the second period offers in this U17 boys game. Team BC in front of Withrow Park by a score of 2-1, and BC trying to begin the second period the same way they did the first, a decent chance, but no goal that time, and it's warped back by ultimately Matthias Chalupka, who has played well so far for Withrow Park, but he needs more. He's just a man. As BC will come back on the near side. Everybody's got to pitch it at this stage. Every game means so much. You really find out who the deeper team is in a game like this, and so far BC has been able to generate a lot of opportunities as this will be whistled down and brought back. Canada Ball Hockey Association organizes national championships, the Team Canada program for international competition. It helps provinces with setting up leagues. For more information, please visit its website, CanadaBallHockey.ca. Again, CanadaBallHockey.ca. The face-off in the left wing circle for BC. Is everybody ready? Jam back to the point, kept alive. But back line again, right circle shot, score! A quick release from the right dot as BC strikes early in a period again and lead 3-1. I don't think that's how they drew it up off the draw, but they're not going to care too much. That might have been Zachary Warnick that let it go. Just like the game on the ice, if you're on the off wing, angle changes and it's a bit of a quicker release. This one sent back into the night zone. We have a whistle. And what have we? Doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty on the play. It'll just be brought back in front of the BC net. So let's see how that changes the energy again. We talked about this when BC got a goal off the hop to start the first period. Sometimes when you give up a goal, it flushes away the energy. And whatever the coach told you here in this case, during the break between periods, might go through one ear and out the other. If you're the Knights, you hope it doesn't happen here. BC, try to just run it back in. We have a whistle. And it looks like it's coming back the other way again. The BC Ball Hockey Association is the governing body for the sport of ball hockey in British Columbia. This nonprofit organization does have a Facebook page, BC Ball Hockey. That's easy to remember. Facebook.com/BC Ball Hockey. Trying to punch it back is Harding for Withrow Park. You see it at the left point, just waiting for that ball is Matthew Pittman, but it doesn't come to him yet. But it does come in front, and it's just shanked high and wide. Somebody had a great chance at the right doorstep, and it just missed. At some point, those missed opportunities may start to add up. They don't seem big at the time, but right now, Withrow Park needs every single opportunity it can. BC has certainly had a territorial advantage so far in this game. Along the board's far side, it's Tarling. Tarling looks to rush in, has to go back behind. Looking for help. Near side quarter now. Back behind once more. Withrow Park looking quick, but BC in good position defensively. Shifted through, back behind. Not sure the goalie had kept track of it completely, and it's finally aired down the far side. 2.5 gone here in the second period. 3-1 BC in front. Each team 1-1 so far in the group stage. both in Pool A. And brought back quickly, save is made, play is stopped. Four different courts in Saskatoon. That's how they're able to play all of these games so quickly and get everything done as quickly as they can. Back at Cave, and a shot is just hammered high and wide. Michael Modopoulos had unloaded again. Meanwhile, throw it in front, and that one just goes wide. So BC just trying to get it beyond the line, and they do. Can they get control of it, though? No, not yet. Set back down the near side. But again, they score! That was quick in transition. BC striking again. Speed kills sometimes in a sport, and without the skates, it really does sneak up on you. BC, for the second straight period, gets a couple of quick strikes out of the gate, now leads 4-1. I can't say they left a vapor trail, but certainly that was quick and in some cases unexpected. And it looks like Withrow Park is calling timeout here. Everybody needs to take a deep breath if you're the team in white. You haven't played poorly, but certainly possession of the puck has been hard to come by. Here's what else is happening in the U17 boys division for the rest of the day. These are all Central Standard Time or Mountain Daylight Time, depending on your point of view. Sask 2 plays Alberta 1 at 4:55. At 6:30, we have Sask 1 taking on New Tech. At 8:05, it'll be the Etobicoke Whalers playing the NL Selects. So that's what's happening the rest of the day. Pool play finishes tomorrow. A critical next couple of minutes with this game at a balance right now for Withrow Park. Again, the effort's been there, but possession has not been. Finn Andruko Greenhouse able to kick that ball along to get back to center, but he can't do anything more for the Knights as BC will just toss it right back in. They're basically playing fetch right now. As that one is thrown for the far side half wall, it goes in, and that's the worst thing that Withrow Park needed to have happen. BC off to the races. They scored 3 times quickly here in a second, only 5-1. As Wayne Gretzky said, you don't score 100% of the shots you don't take. We'll say this much. BC has gone all in when they've celebrated goals. They've been jumping up and down like whales coming out of the ocean. Far side corner again is BC just not letting the foot off the gas pedal. They want to focus on some good work habits here as this shot for the point goes wide, but I've been deflected. Right point kept alive. Good keep is made by Jesse Hart. As he's waiting for the ball again. Instead, it comes to the slot. Shot. Save is made and deflects out of play. Right now, the Knights are under siege, but Team BC playing the part of a team that knows its business and leads 5-1. Withrow Park represents Toronto's largest ball hockey association, fielding recreational competitive teams for adults and children of all ages. You can check out its Instagram page, Withrow Park Ball Hockey. That's Withrow Park Ball Hockey on Instagram. Shift it back again right side as BC continues to have Withrow Park hemmed in. Ball escapes briefly. Warnock can't come up with it. And here come the Knights down the left side as it's trailed back towards the line, trying to keep it going. For Withrow Park was Stelino, but could not, as BC will push back. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the second period, BC has scored 3 times here with a second to break this game open. Shifted back again towards the slot from the far side half wall. It's taken to the back check. As BC will just wire it around near side now. Medopoulos goes in to explore for Withrow Park, but it goes through him and it's down the near side again. It's ski balls ahead to midcourt and thrown back in by BC. Forechecking far side corner. Right now, Team BC just making sure that they bend and not break defensively. Just be mindful. You don't want to give up an easy goal that could give Withrow Park some life here in the second period. Back to the point it came. Shot, save made, rebound. It's cleared, but not out. Now the Knights get control of it, get it to center. Throwing it all the way back down. We've got a whistle. They might be bringing it all the way back. 9:09 left here in the second period. BC in front 5-1. Again, the order of play on this court. Up next, another U17 boys game between Alberta 1 and Team Sask 2. Followed by U15 boys game between Team Sask 2 and Team BC. And then finishing up on the night, it'll be U15 boys game between Team Manitoba and the New Tech Extreme. This one's going to be scooped up and taken behind. Just trying to keep things going here. We are a little bit behind schedule, but it's not as bad as rush hour in Manhattan. On the near side, brought back in by Withrow Park. Waiting at the point. You see there is Josh Gladney, but the ball doesn't come to him yet. Thrown for the right circle, though. It got blocked. Ball still loose. Goes to the corner. And it's cleared down the far side. Looks like it's coming all the way back there in just a moment. With 8:16 left here in the second, it is still 5-1 BC. Tarling taking the face-off for Withrow Park. It took back to the point. Kept alive by Stelino. Shifted back again, but it goes through a couple of sticks, and so having a skedaddle back there and get it was Bachner. Brought back by Withrow Park. Initial shot got blocked. Throw for the top of the right circle. That might not have gotten to the net either. Approaching the turn. 5-1, Team BC. Outshooting Withrow Park by a count of 19-10 right now. Sent back into the BC zone. No scoring chance yet. Good possession as the ball is now put into a jump ball situation. Hustle back in by Withrow Park as the Knights looking to get close again, or at least closer. Funneled in front, And that shot doesn't get towards the net. Tarling was open briefly in the slot. Sent back down again as BC. Looking to push back. I wouldn't say that they've lost focus, but the Knights have found some good jam here in the second period to give up those 3 goals. Just try to see if they can find their way here. But BC, get it back behind the net again. Funnel towards the slot. Shot goes wide. I believe that might have been Aiden Glenn falling down as he took the shot. Sent back down the near side. I assure you they're not playing catch right now as Withrow Park just toss it right back in. In the near side half wall now. 4-man scrum. Cole Kinley wants that ball for Withrow Park, but he doesn't get it. Brought back in by BC. Towards the far side half wall it goes. Into the corner. Good net play by the goalie to kick out the passing lane with that big twig. Send through back the far side half wall as Withrow Park will look to just get organized behind the mountain once more. But BC, with a 1-2-2 it looks like right now. Withrow Park able to burn it though, get it to center. Put it back into the far side corner. A bit of a slip or a trip. And yes, there's a delayed penalty, and now it's touched. I'm sure he didn't mean to do it, but the stick got involved. That's not what the Knights needed. Down by 4, BC's power play's been very good. And so, the contingent from the Pacific Coast will try to add to its lead here. If you're BC, forget about the score. Just try to play hard with his power play, play smart, and be decisive. Again, you've got 2 minutes. If you just hold on and you only need 1 shot, and it goes in, nobody's going to care. They don't just ask how many. Bottom left circle, throw it in front, score! That was quick. Was it Warnick again? BC doesn't take long. They're up now by a handful. So BC has come prepared. If you're Withrow Park, it's easy to feel like any mistake you make right now is going to be in the back of the net, but they can't play that way. They can't think that way. They just have to keep going right now. Shots are 21-10 in favor of BC. On the left circle shot. That just misses wide on the near side, just over the right shoulder of the goalie. Put back behind, given away. As the Knights look to corral it now in the corner, far side half wall. Back towards the corner, but some good stick check on the back check by BC, and they get it back down again. Into the zone they go. Shot from left circle is blocked, ball still loose. Nobody able to claim it yet, now it's cleared, but only as far as center. It was stopped there by Harding. As Withrow Park will bring it back, but it's intercepted. As BC will push the issue again. They are just relentless right now. Shot for the left circle goes wide. They just keep coming after you. Nathan Smith, way to the right point, throws it towards the goal, but it's been sticked away. Far side half wall. And BC just slowly getting some changes. It is the period of the long change, which means for the forwards, it could be a short one. From the top of the key, save is made. Play is stopped as Smith with an active shift for BC. Was in good position for that ball to come to it at that time. Right now, if you're BC, just continue to mind the store. Continue your good work habits. Keep playing like it's nothing 3 minutes into the first period. Just stick to your game, play to your identity, and just try to get better because things are about to pick up tomorrow. Again, the winner of this game goes to 2-1 in Pool A with 1 game left. The loser drops to 1-2. Sask 2 is 0-2 right now, so the good news for the team that loses this game, presumably it could be Withrow Park unless something really unforeseen happens at this juncture. They still have a place to go, I think, from here, but at the same time, they have to figure out how to play well in that final game, see what they can do towards the end of this one to see what they can build upon. The third period of this game, I think, will say a lot for both teams. If the score line is similar or stays the same here at the end of the second. What will the Knights' focus be like being down by 5 potentially right now as this one comes to Souza? Souza with a shot. Save is made. Rebound. Jan in front. Goes for the goal mouth to the near side half wall. In a short tournament like this, you can build momentum from game to game as this one is stopped in front. Ball still loose near side half wall. The Knights cannot clear. It's slung around by Chalupka to the far side half wall. He saw the road was blocked. Tried to take the dirt road home. Could not. BC still on the attack here. Kept alive at the left point. Thrown high slot. It's redirected back to the right point and flung with a backhand by Souza to keep it going. Bit of a scrum behind the net. Ball finally comes out far side. If this was rugby, I think the maul would have formed. And now it's brought back to midcourt. BC will attack again on the near side. Everybody jumps in now. As the Knights try to direct traffic to see if they can break out, but a good forecheck by BC. Forced it back again. Just great puck possession and pursuit by BC right now. And we have a stoppage with a minute left here with the second. Again, this is Pool A. The Knights and BC are in the pool with Manitoba, which is 2-0. Knights and BC came into this game 1-1. Alberta 1 also 1-1. SAS 2 is 0-2. In Pool B at the moment, the New Tech Extreme and the Etobicoke Whalers are each 1-0-1 after a greatly played game this afternoon ended in a draw. They each got 3 points. The NL Selects and Alberta 2 each have a win and a tie for 2 points. Sask 1 is 0-2 at the moment. So things in Pool B, because of the tie, might look a little bit funny when all is said and done. 30 seconds left here with a second. BC looking to get one more here from the slot. Shot goes off a leg. Kept alive. Right circle shot. That is gloved down. Play is stopped with 21 seconds left. Managing playing time also becomes an issue when you get to this point in the tournament and you're presented with this kind of a scoreline for BC. How much will the coaches play their first line players in the third period? They try to get other guys involved, see if they can get them going for the stretch. If you're Withrow Park, you keep trying to play your top line guys in the hopes that you can get back in the game, get a couple of quick strikes to start the third period. But that's been BC's MO today. They got a couple of quick ones to start the first, and they were ready to go when the second period started. They got 3 out of the gate to give them the big lead they now have after 2 periods. BC leads Withrow Park 6-1 From Saskatoon, this is the Canada Ball Hockey Junior Nationals on Home Team Live. What kind of third period do we have in store? This is a U17 game. The boys from BC in front of Withrow Park, 6-1. Unless something really bizarre happens here, BC will go to 2-1 in Pool A, and Withrow Park will drop to 1-2. It goes without saying, based on the first two periods went in this game, Withrow Park has got to get off to a better start here in the third. Thrown on the near side is BC, just trying to continue to impose its will. BC got 2 goals out of the gate to start the game, but they only led 2-1 after one. Then they got 3 goals to start the second to essentially take complete control of this one. If Withrow Park can keep BC off the board here at the start of the third period, that will be a step forward. As it's still stuck in the near side half wall. Ref telling the boys to move it, but the clock continues to drain. Shots are 23-10 in favor of BC. As Cavan kept it alive to the left point, goes back now to the far side half wall. Now the Knights try to break out with it, looking for Blake Strain down the court, but they can't get it to him as BC able to lock things up in the neutral zone. It comes now to Alan Isovich. Shifted to the far side corner, and that one goes astray, so the Knights will come back with it down on the near side. Thrown back, left circle, shot. Save is made. Rebound goes to the far side corner as BC will just try to outlet it near side. Now the Knights making a change, so less forecheck pressure for the moment. And rolled around near side here. What's stuck is 2 men have come up for the Knights. Just trying to look for that ball. Trying to win the third period and build on to tomorrow. In the slot it came. Deflected. Right circle. Down low shot. Save is made. That might have been Blake Strain down low on the right doorstep for the Knights. Just couldn't get it in. Kept alive, though. Dalupka involved, trying to get it towards the goal for the left circle. But he's got company. Now he tries again. That one doesn't go. Swept back around, but it comes right in front. Shot goes high and wide. How about it strain again? BC clear it down, and this will be whistled down. Withrow Park making some small steps here, but still trailing 6-1. Among other things, the Canada Ball Hockey Association provides buying programs for balls, uniforms, and trophies. For more information, please visit its website, canadaballhockey.ca. Carter Zeman taking the draw for BC, wins it back, won it away from Anthony Camacha. As the ball's back now in the Withrow Park end of the court. 3-minute mark, final period, 6-1 BC in front. Far side they come, the Knights, but the train runs out of steam as the pass is outletted now for Declan Barker. But it's set to flex away, and so BC must try again. Dump back into the near side corner of the Knights zone. Look back towards the corners. BC just try to focus on the basics here. Just keep your good work habits. If this is the final score of the game, just because BC does not score does not mean they might not have had a good third period. If you focus on the basics, your good work habits, you keep your zone structure good, then those are the things you have to do towards the end of the game. But here come the Knights, as it's worked up quickly by Oliver Shaw, who's looking for help, was looking for a target. It might have been Camacha, but instead it's knocked away. 4-minute mark, final period, 6-1 BC. As they keep it going, far side half wall, continuing to change, thrown towards the goal mouth, it doesn't go in. Near side half wall, 4-man scrum. Everybody waiting patiently. Now it's worked out in front. Shot. That just goes wide. As getting a good look down in front was Lovett. Now the Knights try to work it back out, but instead it's kept alive. Cavan able to keep it in from the top of the key. It ultimately gets towards the net. It's grabbed and play is stopped with 10:09 left of this one. BC in front, 6-1. Again, coming up next, order of play on this court. Next game will be a U17 boys game between Team Alberta 1 and Team Sask 2. Followed by Team BC U15 boys. That's the next game after that one against the Team Sask 2 boys. That's a U15 game, as is the final one on this court tonight. The New Tech Extreme taking on Team Manitoba. Here comes Medopoulos for the Knights. Looks to carry it in, goes to the corner, looking for assistance, but he's got company. Put back behind. Swirl back near side. Onto the half wall, now down low it came. Shot never got to the net. Put back behind, swept back to the far side corner. Medopoulos looking for some kind of help on the half wall. Push forward by BC. They get it beyond the line of center. Put back into the Knight zone. But nothing there yet. Bounce near the bench. The door can finally open so the players can come on safely. Ball played on the near side as Withrow Park looking to win this third period, set themselves up for success tomorrow. Back behind again as BC will look to clear it around far side. An option at center, but it doesn't go anywhere, and so Withrow Park will toss it back in. Good decision there by Stelino to just get it into the zone and see if his team can forecheck and regain. And Withrow Park has scored a goal off of that possession to make it 6-2 with 8:37 left. They're saying they're not dead yet. And again, what they're trying to do is see if they can set themselves up for success tomorrow. You're always playing for something in a tournament like this, where every game does mean something, but you're all trying to get to the same place. So it's 6-2 as BC will dump it back in. You could argue that BC is in a bit of a lower gear than they were at the start of this game, and certainly the second period where they basically busted it open. Right now, the Knights look like they found something to work with here as Kinley dumped it back in. Sent near side, ball is loose, thrown towards the goal. Blocked back to the near side corner. The ref had to get out of the way because that's where the ball went. Trying to curl around is Savoy. Savoy towards the goal. It deflects wide, near side corner. Savoy looked like he ran 200 feet in that sequence. When the court is only 200 feet from end wall to end wall, that's pretty impressive. Far side that goes. Somebody from BC went down, and that's going to cost. It's a long walk to the penalty box, isn't it? Why they tell you the last thing they want is for you to take a penalty 200 feet from your own net. So with the score 6-2, BC goes back to the power play midway through the third period. Power play has been very good for BC in this game. They've gotten the shots they've wanted. A couple have gone in. And they look very calm and composed when they've had possession, when they've been very settled. Shots are 24-13 in favor of BC in the game. Back to the top of the key it comes. Cabin slows it down. Warnick looked to get it in front, but a pass is knocked away, and the Knights will set it back down. A couple of the Knights trying to cause trouble while shorthanded, but BC will break it down near side and just go back to work. The Knights are going to make a change here. Not a way to impress your coach. If you're down by 4 and you're exhausted trying to kill a penalty, you're out there too long, you get scored on. So they're being smart there as this one's put back into the far side. 1:08 left of the penalty. It's against Bachner, by the way, I think. Back top of the key. Unloaded. And that one doesn't get to the net, and it's cleared back down. Good block by Tarling as he's trying to pursue his own dump in as BC will get organized again. Bit sluggish on the far side, and down goes Tarling. Play continues. Hopefully he's all right. As BC will change once more. And now we have a whistle as the referee is going to give Tarling a standing 8, I think. Uh-oh. What have we here? Was somebody shown the front gate? I saw hands on hips for a moment. That's a pretty universal signal in this sport. Now seeking clarification is Leo Aspiotis. Appreciate all the work that officials go into making these games possible. You can't play the games without them. It's at the college level, or a tournament like this, or just a rec league. Somebody has to be in charge. So I tell people all the time, I don't care who your kid is. I don't care what's going on. Leave the refs alone. I can't do this job and be the ref at the same time. For starters, there's a lot of running here, and you don't want to hear me out of breath. So BC still has a power play here, as they'll drop it far side outside the Knights line. Trying to push it into the zone. Our BC, they're able to do the job. Thrown towards the goal with 15 seconds up to the power play. 5:50 left in the game. BC in front 6-2. At the left point it comes. Now top of the key again. Penalty is over. Bachner able to return. As play comes to a halt here with 5:32 left. And everybody in this pool is chasing Manitoba right now. Manitoba's next game in this U17 Pool A. So I'm looking for it as the play comes back down the near side. Manitoba plays Alberta 1 tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So that will certainly be an important game as far as seeding goes in this division. Alberta 1 is also 1-1 right now. 5:12 left. 6-2 BC. They've been in pretty good control throughout. It was only 2-1 after one, and then BC got 3 goals to start the second period to take control. Shifted back behind. BC trying to funnel it out, but instead the Knights get control of it, and they'll get it beyond the line. Pressure continues in the neutral zone as trying to knock it down as Shaw for the Knights, able to barrel it in, but not much further, certainly not with clean possession. Sam Woolley tries to throw it back up the bench boards for the Knights, but cannot do so, and it's sent back into their zone. They'll try it again here. Get out to center on the left wing side. Now BC able to recover. And they'll start their way again. Curious to what the conversation is on the BC bench. The coach might be telling the boys, we're losing the third period right now. No, that's not trying to run up the score. They're not trying to cause a problem. They're just being coaches. Just trying to figure out what to do next year. How can we be better? From the left point, that shot just whistles wide as Cavan got a good load on that one. He wants the ball again, and he'll get it. And in the near side corner, 4-man scrub, but it's given away the slot. Shot. That just goes wide as Warnock was looking for another one. So on the far side, Afwana put back behind. 3:30 is left in this one. The Knights trailing BC 6-2. Just flung it up the court, and that one didn't work. BC has put up a nice blue wall right now, but the Knights able to come in. Save is made, and there's no rebound. Again, next, a U17 boys game between Alberta 1 and SAS 2. Also on the score after that one, a 15 boys game between BC and SAS 2. Finishing up tonight, U15 boys game between Manitoba and the New Tech Extreme. Appears to be a discussion involving Declan Barker and Matthew Pittman, but I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a timeout has been called here by BC as the coaching staff, I think, realized they don't want the third period to end badly. Again, the game is well in hand. That's not the issue right now. How well can they finish this one? You're always playing for something, especially if you're a team that's looking to get the job done. The best coaches always find things to work on. They're always motivating their players to be the best they can be. And we know sometimes it can drive some young men crazy, especially at this age where they're still figuring it out, trying to put it all together. And that's one of the things I enjoy about these tournaments. You're seeing these young people whose minds are still growing. They're still learning about life as they're growing up, and the fact they've been able to play a pretty good game here is an extraordinary thing. And we're thankful for the coaches that have had the patience to guide them all along the way. Tarling to take the draw for the Knights, tries to win it back, gets a shot off, and it just misses on the post on the left side. A good chip down the near side here as BC able to alleviate the pressure and go to work. As the foot soldiers just keep marching on, BC trying to move up front. Is the net empty? Brought back to center. As Withrow Park will bring it back in now. Thrown from the top of right circle, got blocked. Ball is still loose. Goes to the near side corner. Yes, the net is empty. Thrown in front, and that one just misses. So this is a good exercise for both teams, even though I'm sure some would say, why pull the goalie when you're down by 4? I'm sure the response from the Withrow Park bench would be, because we can. Thrown towards the goal again. They score! Out of a scramble in front of the right doorstep, Withrow Park gets one back. It is 6-3 with 2 minutes left. So the game is not over. As bleak as it looks, the game is not over yet. So I'm sure the things that Team BC will talk about, how can we be better in that situation? There's always something to work on here. As during this timeout, I'm sure that both teams are talking about what happens if we win the face-off, what happens if we lose it. We'll see if Withrow Park replaces the goalie here. They've still got plenty of time. And right now, it looks like he's sticking around. Yep, they've put him back in. Withrow Park, if they get the face-off, they get control, they'll have him run as soon as they can. If BC gets control, just dump it in and try to pin it down there. Take some more time off the clock. Blake and Pittman talking about the front of your screen there. I'm not sure what it is. As this one is dumped in, we'll see if they can get him off. They do. 6-on-5 again. Back behind. Far side corner. Withrow Park is not done yet. Back to the right point it came. Pittman throws it towards the goal, got blocked. Left circle now goes back behind. And we've got a whistle. Looks like we have a penalty coming up. And it looks like it's going to be against BC. Either a hook or holding the stick. And suddenly it's a 6-on-4. The game is not over yet. Still think BC is in good shape, but if Withrow Park scores again, even if 6-4 is the final, nobody in blue is going to be happy with how this ended. Back it came. And we've got a pass here to Pittman. Withrow Park getting organized, but they don't have much time. Pittman settles it down near side half wall. Back to the point again. Tarling fakes the whack-a-gopher. Thrown from the top of the left circle by Medopoulos. It got blocked. Medopoulos towards the goal again. Save is made. Rebound goes to the near side corner. 1:10 is left. Quickness thrown through the goal mouth once again. BC just trying to clear it around. They can't just yet, and now they do get it out, but we have everybody looking around just trying to figure out what's going to happen next year. Everybody congregating at the line. Rushing in was Tarling. Was able to get it into the zone briefly. Medopoulos shifts it. Hammered by Savoy. Save is made. Rebound. Squirts back behind. 34 seconds left. Can BC clear? No, they can't. Medopoulos hammers it. And this one is deflected. Ouch. Thrown through the goal mouth again. Shifted back. And is cleared beyond the line. Can somebody clean that up? Medopoulos throws it back to the half wall. 15 seconds left. Medopoulos throws towards the goal again. Save is made. Rebound. Does it go in? Haven't seen a definitive signal yet. I thought I saw the referee pointing to a face-off dot. But it looks like it's in the net. And so Withrow Park does score. But that took way too long to give themselves a real chance to get back into the game. It is now 6-4, but only 5 seconds left. Again, what does this mean for the Knights' next game? They have 3 goals here in the third. What does it mean for BC's next game? They've given up 3 in the third. But BC will take the decision. Final score in this U17 clash. In Pool A, Team BC 6, Withrow Park 4. Team BC in pool play improves to 2-1. Withrow Park drops to 1-2. Coming up next here on this court, we'll have a U17 boys game between Team Alberta 1 and Team SAS 2. For Andres Torres, our editor, and for the Right Honorable Adam Margles, I'm Nikolai Busko. You're watching the Canada Ball Hockey Junior Nationals on Home Team Live.